Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kojo. Sheldon. The head is big for a reason. This is Convo with the Head. We can't have conversation, we can't chat, we can't talk about music, and we can't talk about one of the most interesting artists we have in the country when it comes to rap and everything. Now he went away. I don't know what he was doing out there, but he was calm. He wasn't doing a lot of things. Then one day we didn't know. Then boom, videos, pictures, everything. New announcement comes say Kojo Q is back. So ladies and gentlemen, I have here in the studio with me Mr. Q.
Charlie.
Mr. Q, how far?
Charlie.
Where have you been? Look, share him.
I've been around. I've been in the back end of the music business, trying to figure out how to improve myself and how to provide more value to our industry as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you like back end, as in, so right now it's not just the music. You've understood the business side.
I'm still learning. It keeps evolving, so it's not something that you learn in a day.
Okay.
Yeah, but for example, I formed a music marketing company with 3 of my friends.
Okay.
Rain Labs. And together we've done some incredible work. We did this in 2020 during the pandemic, and together we've done some incredible work with Ghanaian artists to try and help them market their music, situate their stuff. We've now even gone into music distribution. We distribute for quite a number of people. I project managed the writing camp when Ludacris was in Ghana.
Hey.
Yeah.
So there's business. Hey, right now the music side cried there. It be a problem like that.
No. It's like you have to do everything.
Okay.
You have to. You know, and this is a thing I think that's even evident in with you yourself, right? It's great to sit and talk all day about it, but what's even better is when you actually
do something about it.
And so when you do, so that people can see
show working.
Yes,
show working.
Yeah.
But then it means you have added value to apart from the music, you have added value. So where you have positioned yourself right now, and you go feel be like, even if the music itself no they move for you or anything, and there are other things that you have added to yourself or to the craft way, it go give you ROIs where it go make sense. Is it a path most of our artists for try explore instead of just being creators?
Yeah. I think we should. I think in every other career path, there are different milestones that you people have to go. You might start as a bank teller, but your idea might be to go into the manager of a branch and then the manager of maybe the whole country, whatever, manager of a region and whatnot. So I think it should be the same in the music as well. Being an artist is amazing. But especially if you find that you are stronger in other aspects of it as well. I think you should also think about how to add, and especially for our industry, because it's still growing and it's so young in a lot of aspects. I feel like it's very, very necessary that we start to learn so that the people that come after us are not coming to meet the same problems that we met, and we can accelerate their growth faster.
Yes, I know this album, we need to talk about it because this was an album that you released, and bro, it bust a lot of people. Today, people still they reference Kojo Q's for my brother's album, Kojo Q's. And I think last year you posted a video where Blacko cited it in an interview. So, he loved the song on the album. Looking at what this album did, and we are going to forget about the fact that award schemes decided to sideline.
You were out here fighting.
Yes, because but looking at the impact.
Do you know what's crazy? He was on Twitter fighting for me, and my own cousin was in the comments saying that I didn't deserve it.
Oh yes,
and
I remember.
He was fighting my cousin.
I remember.
And I texted him and I told him, "Don't worry, this is family issue that I've bled into."
Yeah. Because I didn't understand why. Crazy man. But then let's put that aside. Impact. This album basically was talking about real life situations that people they go through. Do you sit back there and go like, "Nah, bro, I really did this," and do you get that kind of feedback from people when they meet you? Like you comb through the annals of the internet, you see what people are writing. Do you feel like, okay, the album has been appreciated enough and it is doing what you created it for it to do? Forget about the award side.
It's the easiest way to put it is the best thing that I have done in my career so far. Like, or I'm not even going to say I created it to do that.
Okay.
Because I didn't think it was going to do that. For me, I make music the same way I use music, which is that I use it in my day-to-day life for inspiration, for motivation. So when I make music, that's the same way. So I didn't really even think that people were... I thought I was telling my story.
Your story, but people can relate to your story. Yes. Because we already go through.
Yeah, you understand. So I guess it touched... Like people... First week, people were DMing me about being suicidal and hearing the song and share the song and feeling like so I was like already amazed. And even beyond that, on my as far as streaming goes, it is my best streamed
album.
It's my best streamed project. It is Rich Dad Poor Dad and I think Joe and Sabeka are my best streamed songs. Even though I have songs like Mama Ye, which everybody knows and stuff. So it's like, it's the best thing I have done. Just based off of how people feel about it alone. Yeah.
So moving forward, content is key when creating sounds, because we did in a situation right now where people have voiced out the fact that there is no substance in music. So are you on that kind of part, say, content, whatever you put out in your song should have an impact eventually, because that is the end game here. So it means people should create records instead of creating hit songs. Is that where you stand?
No, that's not where I stand. Okay, For me personally, my music will always have content because that's the type of music that I enjoy. But I also know a lot of people, like a lot of like incredibly brilliant music people who enjoy music for the music and not necessarily... You understand? One of the people I consider like musical geniuses that I work with, production is like the most important thing to him before he even hears what.
Until lyrics in the crowd.
He will be mixing a song with me, Seth, and then after like maybe 5-10 tries before he actually, this is what you're actually saying. You understand? So my fight has never been about we should all make a certain type of thing. I think the fight is that we should allow for diverse things to exist and not focus on just one thing, like this is the way it should be. You understand? Yeah.
Are we still with the young DL alter ego?
Yeah. Like, Charlie.
Walk me through the Lumba influence, because you keep... I was watching an interview yesterday and you mentioned his name. It's everywhere you go. Is that Lumba? What kind of influence? What be that vibe with the Lumba in body?
I like three things about Lumba, right? I like his consistency, like over 30-something albums. Every year was hitting, right? I also like the fact that like his wordplay is like out of here.
Okay.
You understand? But the most important thing about Lumba for me is, and I think it's the part that people underrate, is he's an incredibly gifted writer and he has a lot of content. Most of the time, the hit songs that you hear, and especially the latter day hit songs, makes it seem that, Lumba there up sex songs.
Yeah, the sexual innuendos and all.
And all those things. But really, Lumba has some of the deepest songs. Like
Ankwano might be my all-time.
I had this thing where I said that if I enter a building and I'm leaving, they should play Makramo. Ankwano is an amazing... I was in
that's
the
when you cry.
I was in the trotro from school. I think this was in 2012 or something. I was going from GIJ to Dansuman. And I was listening to Ankwano. And it just hit me that, Lumba can actually die.
Yeah.
And I started crying. Because I was like, how will Lumba like... So it's just those three things for me. And I wish I could be as consistent as he is. And most of all, I wish that the same feeling that his music gives me, my music can give that feeling to people.
But is there, going to be a time where, have you been able to meet him, to appreciate him on that level?
I have met him like in passing. And I have one of my best friends is actually like super close with the family. But due to certain circumstances, I have made this promise to myself that I no longer want to meet my idols.
You don't want to meet your idols.
Personal relationships, because I've had people that I really looked up to and then...
They fucked you up.
not really. Like, I guess the expectation, you listen to music and you have an expectation of how they should be, and that's not how they are.
Okay.
And in the beginning, it messed with me, but then I started to understand that what you have decided the person is in your head.
That one, there's no concern.
And he doesn't have to live up to that. Yeah. So because of that, like, I'm a big Jay-Z head too. I don't want to meet Jay-Z.
You don't want to meet Jay-Z? No. Oh, okay.
You understand?
But if it happens, it will happen.
It's like God.
Okay.
Right? If you wake up one day and every day you can see God and you can talk to him and like you and him will eat fufu and stuff, I'm sure there might be things that will happen that may, but because you never get to see him, the reverence is on another level. So it may happen, but what I hope maybe never happens is that I get so personal with them that I get to know the side of them that isn't so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just want day and
I
observe.
just want day and observe, yeah.
Now, Kojo, the rap scene in this country right now, we are in an era where everyone is singing. Rappers are singing. Everyone is singing. You have not swayed. You still want to rap. Why?
Because my singing voice isn't that great.
But you can sing. You sang.
Yeah, I've done. Yeah, but it's not that.
Okay.
Like, it's not as good as. Because I'm not even going to lie.
Okay.
I love highlife more than I love rap.
Okay.
I love highlife.
Then again, there is also a conversation that we are losing our sound, or we have lost our sound because we are chasing, the accolades in whatever we are trying to chase out there. And so we are losing the relevance of our traditional, organic, authentic sound. Do you buy into that conversation too?
No, I don't. Kobe Graham told me one thing that has stuck with me about highlife. He told me that if you really, really study highlife, highlife doesn't have a set sound. It just evolves.
Okay.
Right? So if you listen to highlife by E.T. Mensah, there's a lot of band music and horns. And if you listen to C.K. Man, they input the soloku and then sometimes the choral music. If you listen to Amachi Dede, it's reggae.
Okay.
If you listen to Dadilumba, it's funk. Disco in the beginning, then it turned into R&B. But at the same time, you have people like Ajako Onimo with the palm wine.
Yeah.
You have people like Wulome with their pan logo and whatever. You understand? Hip life is an evolved version of high life.
Okay.
Afrobeats that you're listening to now, they are just evolutions of high life. You understand? Asaka. Like sometimes when I listen to what was the last J Bad record? That's a hip life record if I've ever heard one. You understand? Okay. And it ties right into the high life business. So I do not believe that we are losing our sound.
But there's dilution.
It's evolution.
It's not dilution, it's evolution.
It's evolution. The sound it has to grow and it has to always serve the people that are. Do you understand? Okay. The one thing that we maybe need to do more is we need to be more educated. We need to, the people that are coming now need to learn more about those that came before them. Because sometimes they do stuff now, they start to call it something else because they don't know that people before them.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So it's still in the system, but then we create something a bit different and we want to name it.
Yes.
Afro this, Afro that.
But it's still the
sound.
It's still the same to me.
So we have to stick with the fact that if it's highlight, because if there is no identity for like specificity and when it comes to the sound, everything is out there. It's scattered.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe there should be like a clear cut, this is what we are doing. So this is what we are projecting to the world.
I feel like if the people that came before are graceful enough to share some education with us, and then we share it with the people that come after us, then we will all actually realize that we are still plugged into the same source, and then we will allow that to come through in the music. Like it's just because maybe. And this is not just in music. In everything that we do in this country, we do not keep enough history and we do not give enough reverence to those that came before us. So people start today and they don't realize that the reason why they're doing what they're doing is because somebody made certain sacrifices. But I think if we can bridge that gap, even when somebody calls his new thing Afro head.
Afro.
He will still say
Afro emo.
No, Afro head. He will still say, it was inspired by.
Wait. Hold up. What do you mean by Afro head?
Afro head, right?
Come on, bro. Come on. Now we are the catch that thing. Come on, bro. Why are you trying to move to me? I don't do that. I don't have Afro. Look at my.
But that would be cool, though. The originator of Afro head, but he has like.
It's just like I get barber shop or something. With me too, I know they cut my head. Anyway, yeah. Okay. All right. So now there is also this conversation. Where do you stand when it comes to sampling of sound, like the old sound in this country? Because I feel like we have like a lot of rich sounds out there where we go fit tap in, explore them, probably recreate it. Mm-hmm. But in this country, I feel like there is a problem. When you sample, they say, I don't know, you are copying. Because you don't understand or...
Yeah, because it's all education again.
Okay.
The average Ghanaian isn't as educated about music as they need to be. Mm. We also have a punditry issue where it looks like everybody
it's a pun.
Yes, you understand? Yeah, everybody can get the platform to come and share their views. Mm. And whilst that is cool, they do not make it clear that these are my views. And I am just the same as you. I don't know enough. Right? So if people are sitting in a barbershop somewhere and you're listening to Convo with the Head and you're saying stuff, and because they respect you and they know that, you know what you're saying, whatever you're taking there, you're saying they're taking it to heart. And then they also come online or go in conversations with their friends and they share it.
Amplify it like that.
And then the misinformation and all that stuff, you understand? So I'm sure somebody sat on radio somewhere and badmouth sampling. And then it became, this guy, he samples too much. This guy, but the same people will turn around and say, hey, Kanye, genius. Like, the whole of hip-hop was built on sampling. So if you don't like sampling, then you shouldn't even listen to hip-hop.
Music.
No, I don't think maybe nowadays, but I don't think there's any hip-hop song that came from the late 70s all the way to maybe early 2000s that didn't have a sample in it. You understand? So it's the education. We just need to start educating people more. So
it falls on the media now because they are the one empaneling people. Because I don't see why for me, I'm going to go all out because like critical entertainment issue that you have Councillor Lutroy Dance commenting on Grammy-related topics. It is sad. This is my opinion, not his opinion. So like empaneling people to like sit on panels like that to speak on some of these issues, I feel like the media will do better.
There's an entertainment show in Kumasi that somehow I always catch it when I'm in the car with my wife and she's driving. And then every time like I feel like 2 submissions I have to like, because it's like I can tell that this thing that you're talking about, you have no idea. And you're using words in ways that you shouldn't use the words. But you are saying these things, not realizing that you know what I'm saying? You don't realize that people are listening to you and they are listening to you as an authority. So whatever you're saying is, you understand. So maybe I won't say that they shouldn't bring people, because people also have to learn on the job. But those people, what I would say is if you want to be a pundit and if you want to speak on issues, please try to add research. You understand? Try to do your research. Try to speak to the right people. And also, when you're speaking to an issue that you haven't done research about, make it obvious that these are my personal views and I may be totally wrong because I do not know enough about what I am talking about.
Has that contributed to the retaliation of this industry? Because we have people spearheading conversation that are irrelevant.
It definitely adds to it. It definitely adds to it. But you can't. Issues go beyond that. It goes beyond this. It's just small. It's like small things all around that have compounded. Yeah. So,
Kojo, you say right now if you get issue, they can't tweet them. They do.
It's all.
You say you won't put down for music. Wait till you inform them that decision. Because also when your Twitter fingers be. You say you won't put them on a record. You say whatever you want to say, then you are out.
Because I have realized that I feel na Elon probably changing. But before it was really, really hard to try and get your point across on, you know, one, because you're texting, and when you're typing, people miss things such as tone and stuff. So even when you're joking, they don't know.
Okay.
When you're serious, they don't know. When you understand. When you're questioning something, they don't know. So, but in music, all those things can come across, right? And you can get your point across as much as you can, and then after that, you can have the debate.
Okay.
Like on Twitter, maybe you have started a thread. After you did the first tweet, you know, someone says something that's so ridiculous that now you understand. So for me, I also feel like it's more potent that way as well in music. Yeah.
Okay. So that is the way forward.
Yeah, for me now. Yeah.
Okay. But then, so 001, you cited a lot of things. It was like you against armchair pundits, you against music critics, you against agenda boys. So then I want to ask, you've been following conversation.
Yeah.
And I know most of the artists, you ask them questions and they go like, oh, me, this thing, they bother me, I don't care. So you follow conversation and sometimes it hits you.
Yeah, you're human.
Okay.
Anybody that says, oh, what they can say is that, oh, okay, when it bothers me, I switch off.
Okay.
Right. But you're human, it's going to bother you.
Okay.
And the way we are wired, we pay more attention to negative things than we do to positive things. It's just the way we've evolved as a species. So if I come online and 100 people are telling me For My Brothers is the greatest album of all time.
Yeah.
And one person says something negative. That negative thing might have a lot more impact on me.
101?
Yes.
Okay.
Because what is happening here? Right? But you have to be conscious enough to now realize that, oh, okay, this is just, the odds are just 1 to 100.
Okay.
So it doesn't really, Plus, not everybody is going to like what you do.
So you have to go through the processing stage to decipher, say, okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's like because I've done it so much, like in my career, it's easier for me to, I'm one of the people that's known for never blocking anybody.
Okay.
If I block you,
I think you and Sarkodie.
Yeah.
Sarkodie doesn't even
You understand?
care.
Because I've done, one of the very first things that I learned is that sometimes these things are even just a reach for attention, right?
Okay.
So when I started putting my music out, I was on YouTube, Facebook, I'll put it on people's walls and whatever. And one time I got a message from this girl. Stop putting your stupid songs on my wall, and then it like insulting me. And my first reaction was
you tweeting your song?
Yeah, like my
not sending to her DM or
anything.
Wow.
My first reaction was like, but this. So I sat down for a bit, and then my reply was, oh, I'm sorry if what I've been doing has been bothering you. I take really seriously the desire to improve as an artist. So all these things that you're saying about negative things that you're saying about my music, if you could please tell me how to improve them, I'll be super happy so that I can grow.
Okay.
And the next message that came was that, oh, it wasn't me, it was my little brother, forgive him. Then So you understand? So it's like sometimes somebody is doing something, he's tweeted a thing, it's not as deep for him.
Okay.
But then you take it and then it's like your whole day is ruined.
Okay.
And it's affecting things.
Yeah, but mental health, then it brings in the mental health issue where most of our artists, the self-awareness is zero. And I don't know if they are fronting or they don't want to admit it. Because I have encountered people in the back end where they go like, bro, this thing they enter with, but for front for the online there, for boys to know, say nothing they happen.
Yeah.
So are we being honest with the conversation, or it is just for the gram?
Well, I feel like everybody and how they deal with it.
Okay.
If that's the best way for them to deal with it,
okay,
so that it won't worry them as much and they can work, then that's fine with me, right?
Yeah.
Me, I only speak about it when I feel like something has become the collective voice. You understand? My problem with some of the things I'm talking about in 001 is that it's become almost a collective thing where everybody, then what do we need to do to win a Grammy?
Yes.
If people drop music, it doesn't even get to number one.
You are not filling the auditorium.
Yeah, you understand? That's one, then it becomes a problem. Because when it feels like that's what everybody wants from the artist, then that's going to feature heavily in the artist's thought process.
You don't want that for yourself, though.
I do. Everybody wants that. Who doesn't want to be, in a stadium?
So then your fans are amplifying what you want.
So my thing is, do not let that affect you enjoying the music.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with the quality of the music.
Okay.
Daddy Lumba hasn't played a stadium in America.
Okay.
Does that mean Ankwanoma is not a good song?
It's a hit song.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that mean that all of a sudden, every song Rema has ever made is bigger than Daddy Lumba? Rema is bigger than Daddy Lumba's career. Daddy Lumba no why? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So my thing is, let's separate what are supposed to be metrics for me, my career growth, from the music that I am giving you that you are just supposed to enjoy. Because trust me, you do not think about performing in front of 50,000 people at O2 more than me.
Okay.
I wake up and think about that all the time. You just one time that you come and tweet. No.
But maybe your fans are not seeing. You see, before you reach that level, there should be series of. You have to put in the work, right?
Yeah.
But then maybe your fans are not seeing it because most of the conversations go like, "Oh, our artists are lazy; they are not doing anything."
Yeah.
So it looks like you people are not putting out any tangibles for them to know. Say, okay, this is the career path that he's on now. So in the end, even if he's not going to perform in front of 20,000 people, he can do 5,000.
So that is the problem. When they do 500 people, they throw them for doing 500 people.
Okay, I've heard it.
You understand? That is clearly somebody that is trying to do what you want for him to do.
Okay,
you understand? He started with 500 people. The fact that I may be as big as the next artist in the other country in Ghana doesn't mean that we are like I am as big as him in Togo, or as big as him in Kenya, or as big as him in America. You understand? You might have an artist that is super huge here. In London, they are just starting their career. So you have to allow them
to grow.
Okay. You understand?
Okay.
You have to celebrate them for doing the
small.
Yeah, the 500 shouldn't be, a year 500 now, a year 50,000, 500 now. Yeah, the 500 should be, that's great. Now let's try and do 1,000. That's great. Now let's try and do 10,000. Because now what you do is he did the 500, you throw him. He has an opportunity to do 1,000. He feels like it's too small, so he's not doing it.
But then in this case, the fan base, most of them are contributing factors because this country, we have various fan bases or whatever they call it.
Oh, the fan armies.
The fan armies. The this, the that, the that. And mostly they are the ones engineering this kind of conversations. And the artists, they don't care. The artists they support. Okay, all right, they let them do their things. And more time they invite them, say make them can't chill and tons. Then they encourage them. I feel like then they give them create that fertile grounds for them to actually go at other artists and all. And that is what has happened. I support artist A, so I can't support artist B. So with the fan base, I don't know what kind of conversation we are supposed to have about them. It is a good thing, but they are engineering conversations that are basically dragging their artists and other artists down.
So it's a catch-22. It's a hard thing to navigate for sure, like you're saying. For me, I see why it's necessary, but like you're saying, we've turned music into boxing or into football. But music is not like any of those ones. Football is one team versus the other team. Okay. They meet, we can all see who is better. Yeah. Music is totally different. Okay. Right? So when now it has become, this guy's accolades versus this guy's accolades to see who is better, then it creates all of these problems. Instead of just enjoy the music. Okay. Do you ever remember fighting over whose music was better, T.I. or Fat Joe? And when you went to the club and Make It Rain came on, you didn't want to.
We go dance.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It's all music to us. I'm a big Jay-Z fan. if Nas drops today, I'm on that. You understand? I'm not listening to Nas saying that Jay-Z is a billionaire, you're not a billionaire, you are still making music, you think your music is good.
So we should elevate the conversation past
it should, you understand?
This and this.
Yeah, it has my thing is it has nothing to do with the quality of the music itself. You understand? We should try and make that clear to the artists so that the artists are not afraid to even put out the music. Because I sense that.
Okay.
If when we go through a whole year and we are in September and you don't have 10 Ghanaian projects that you can boast of, you probably don't even have like from, let's say, our top 20 artists, you probably don't even have like 30 singles from them. You understand? Then that's the problem that you're creating because now he knows that if he drops, you compare him to Rema.
Okay.
And he is honest enough with himself to know that he has nowhere near the resources that Rema has.
Okay.
So now, in order not to face that whatever, he makes a lot of music, hoards it, every once in a while, looking for money to see what, he gets the money, he drops one thing, maybe it doesn't work as well, he gets more backlash. It's back in the shell.
Okay.
2-3 years he hasn't released, and the conversation is our artists are lazy. They are in the studio every day. They are making, bro. These people have songs on songs.
Okay, you are in the back end.
Yeah,
with a lot of information about music marketing. So looking at what is happening, are we really marketing our music?
It's that's why I said in 001 that me blow ya nenya me genre and me budget.
Okay.
Right?
It
has nothing to do with because I'm not doing Afrobeats. It has nothing to do with because I'm not doing, even the way I started the song, I said 2019, if they came to the studio and you were making the same music that made Black or Blow, like they would tell you stop because unya show back kumpo.
Okay.
And it's
but
facts.
Right now, that is the cool thing to do.
You understand? And it's facts.
Yeah.
I'm sure Blacko himself heard that.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But with the right machinery behind him, he's a global artist. You understand? There are like the type of music that Amare does. There are people in Ghana who did it before she came.
Okay.
They just don't have the machinery. And Amare herself, in her first year, faced a lot of backlash. With the machinery, see what she's doing.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So, as a music marketer, I can tell you that half the time,
it's not about the sound.
Yeah,
it's about budget.
It's resources. You understand? It's resources. I saw this conversation on I think Twitter. I think it's a girl in the UK who owns a marketing agency, and I think they did some work for Davido's album.
Okay.
And she's Ghanaian, and she was tweeting about how she enjoyed the whole process and how she's so happy that everything worked out the way they planned it. And then somebody commented that, but the Ghanaians then.
Okay.
And then she said that, well, she was on a call with one Ghanaian record label about their artist. And when she mentioned the budget, they were like, hey.
But I mean, you can't blame them. Maybe they don't have it.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then I think somebody asked her, maybe it's just a matter of them not having it. Okay. And then I think her response was that, then why are they running a label?
I mean, why are you running the label?
You understand? But I disagree with that because I do not have imagine when you started, I told you that your quality is not up to this quality. Okay. So why are you doing you understand? This? Okay. Why are you doing it?
So it's a gradual process.
Yes, you need to allow for people to grow. And we need to be supportive in such a way that it now becomes attractive for people to also want to put money
invest
into us so that we can also scale the business and then match up to like Joey Akan had a tweet about how much Mavens takes the service as
I think it was in the
$40,000 for a single.
For a single, yeah.
$40,000 for a single.
Yeah.
Bro, you can comb all of Ghana music. I don't think you have two artists that spend $40,000
on a single.
Not
to talk even about album.
Do you understand?
I get where
there are people that are made, and this is me from the back end. There are people that are huge artists whose whole first year budget was around $20K.
Huge artists.
Yes, huge one. Some of your biggest artists who like whole was around like
20,000 for an album.
For the whole whatever will happen for the whole year.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Whatever will happen for the whole year. And that is very workable for Ghana.
Okay.
But
not in other jurisdiction.
But it doesn't take you because, Charlie, flying to Kenya alone with 3-4 people, like you're saying, we're in a content this thing.
Yeah.
I have to be able to not only go with my manager, I have to carry somebody along that can shoot videos.
Yeah.
I probably have to carry an engineer along if I don't engineer myself, just in case there are opportunities to record with other artists from Kenya.
Yeah.
You understand? By the time I'll be calculating, sa budget in area,
it would tear your height up. Anyway, Baki, what has been the reception towards 001?
Yeah, it's been amazing.
Okay.
It's been amazing. It's for me, it was just meant to be like a moment in time.
Okay.
Just something for socials. So I didn't even...
There's no music video. I searched YouTube everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't even put it in any of those places in the beginning.
Okay.
But currently, I've put it on YouTube.
Okay.
But I've put it on my producer's YouTube
channel. Okay, because I was looking for it.
I've put it on, so I'll shoot you the link.
Okay.
So currently that's where it is.
Okay.
But the reception has been
Okay.
it has been amazing. It has started the conversations again. I hope it drives them in the right direction.
Okay.
I'm willing to help in whatever way that I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so subsequently, what is in the pipeline for, Q or coming from Q for his fans? Yeah.
Because I took such a long break.
Yeah.
And because
if you do them again, we fight.
Because the nature of the business has changed so much that nowadays it's really not advisable to go for long periods without putting out content.
Yeah.
And also because I have to give the fans the same grace that they've given me.
Okay.
I have decided that moving on, and also because of Daddy Lumba,
Okay.
I've decided that moving on, every year,
Okay.
I have to have some sort of project out for people.
Okay.
So the follow-up for my brothers is not ready yet. We're about 90% in it. I'm super sure that it will drop very early next year, but just not to leave such a huge space before then. I have an EP that I want to share with people.
Okay.
And we're looking at October.
Okay.
Yeah, ending of October. And then after that, I want to go into the For My Brothers concert. Just so I close that
concert.
Yeah,
yes,
because I close that chapter.
Yeah.
And then we move on.
Last year, then so we are having it.
Oh, we are having it. We're having it this year.
This time around, we're having it.
Yeah, we're having it this
Make you people watching face then more of the TikTok.
No, we're having it.
Story come again and fight. Riot. So we're having it this year.
We're having it this
For My Brother's concert. Then we're having an EP.
Yeah.
Then next year we have the album.
Yeah.
So that Kojo Q is not going to dip or it's not going anywhere.
No. I may not be as my Twitter usage before was almost like a
you used to be active, right? Everywhere. Right now you go see 10 days later.
So I may not be as engaging in every conversation, tweeting out my Barcelona or Man United for
you say you passed that level.
No. I'm in Casa, but I feel like maybe sometimes it distracts from the music as well.
Okay.
So I may not be doing that as much, but right now the one thing that's for sure is that every year you're getting a project from me.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, convo with Kojo Q. But yes, thanks for passing through, big man. I really appreciate it.
I had a question.
All right, let's go. Okay.
My question is, how does it feel to be a young, successful Ghanaian businessman?
Okay. I don't think I'm successful yet.
No. Don't. Don't even do that.
Oh, no. I'm not successful yet.
No, don't even do that.
Because I have a target and I'm not reached there.
There's a difference between being successful and being profitable and even achieving all of your dreams.
Okay.
You have not achieved all your dreams
yet, I have
which makes me happy because it means that you have even higher targets.
Yeah.
But Bro, I knew you from OMG Ghana.
Yeah, those days.
Yeah. Like, cause like one of my best friends used to work Manchekev.
Yeah, Manchekev.
So I knew you from there. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I have seen when you were walking around just with my man over here with your trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
And then I've come here and I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
You understand? So yeah, you are a young, successful Ghanaian businessman.
Okay, yeah.
So how does that feel?
It feels amazing, but then we had to put in a lot of work to get here. As I said, we are not yet there. We are not yet there, or we are not there yet. Yeah, bro, yes. Yeah, Kojo has put me on some conundrum right now. But yes, it's beautiful. I always tell people, like, sometimes I travel outside Ghana and I come back and they go like, why are you here? Say, nah, bro, I'm here to beat the system because we are on that path to beating the system and making sure that things work for us. So it's beautiful. I mean, you can see the number of people that we have on the team. The fact that we've been able to transition from just myself and Fish to, having all these people around, and, we have creators that don't even come to work on a day, but then when we need them, they come around and everything. So it's an amazing experience. But as I said, I am very, very ambitious. So I'm trying to do a lot of mad, crazy stuff with this content. And then, yeah, we will get there.
I have no doubts.
Yeah.
You're going to get there. Yeah. I just asked this question because I feel like it's important that people understand what you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people understand where you've come from.
Yeah.
And that you also know to give yourself as much credit as you can.
Oh yeah, credit to them. We have Vodafone. That was a bar. You niggas be haters, bro. Yeah, but yeah, we just on the grind every day, trying to make sure that we put things in the right place so that this thing would be here for a very long time. Because we just don't want to do this thing and go to sleep. We want to build this thing to the point where maybe we just go feel laid back, then people just go day inside the work with us and everything. So yeah, we are on it. We can't stop sleeping. So
Charlie,
we just did top. Yeah. Anyway, so thanks for the question. I'm getting emotional and all. Please, we are out. Yapon.